No, wabo, papa, why you hate you cry?
No, I've been there. Chai.
Why you hate papa, wabo, sure. No, wabo, more than wabo.
DSFM 104.3. Who to meet target?
NPP National Organizer Samuel Kuaha, still my friend Youth.
Chairman General.
Martin.
And also about the big chairman. Uchibones or Boniano Dro. And so about benevolent dictator.
Very much so. Very much so.
The owner of several puddings.
Me and my puddlets.
I don't come here. You might deny a small.
I just read you on.
You'll be on the master. Could you anti do near 7 hours or your Saudi king?
Atiki, Machi Boko there.
You're mad, Chairman.
Dr. Mamas, you on Kubium.
Mr. Kram is in Kubium.
Oh, sir.
Officially, I'm announcing on your platform, sir. Yeah. Maybe. Officially, I'm announcing on your platform, sir. I'm not seeking re-election. Neither am I running for any other position in the PNC.
Wapon.
Chairman Mapon.
Wampa.
Yeah, Fimudia. And your mobile, no, yeah, Bompire, and I can only wish them well.
Well, interesting.
So officially, I've declared saying Nadia I'd be seeking re-election or semi-contest any position in the People's National Convention. At least, Chairman, you allow me some time to think about future pursuits. Chairman, and yes, Sabi, I'm on a Semunkwana, Yankuponka say about MBU. There are other pursuits we are a day in him.
I don't know Imam now. Say no so baby.
Oh, Imam Debbie.
I know the weaknesses of my brother. We're in the same hall. Religious but that pursue there, you better boy. I think only me weakness. Me weakness.
Me young country na. Me try speech tin or when
Debbie Opache say mami boy mama ma. Oh, so say there are other pursuits in life.
And
I mean, Bisa say
of all the pursuits in this world, religious pursuits about him. Chairman,
you can't kill yourself.
I can't kill myself.
I think there can be an expert in electoral matters. But easy one from Charlotte said today. To meet you,
oh, Chairman, no one say elections way.
Yeah.
And it's a shared responsibility to consolidate our democracy. What is it? Especially so when there is a gang of Nkrophobia let's demonize the Electoral Commission with a view to undermining your moyeno. Intimidate your mona. I don't think that's the way to deepen our democracy. Electoral Commission, Chairman. And yes, Sabi, the creation of any president a creation of the constitution. Nti ya said yes ye be bo omo ho ban ye be bo omo ye be support you. Nobody says don't criticize the Electoral Commission when you feel strongly about Nyumabi. But in so doing, don't attempt to demonize our state institution, because uguna kahunu ze nye Sabi nyomu ye adwuma wo honum no nko na wa ha omo. But what Hagana mine, and there is mass action committee organizing public forum bina and one of my old professors, Dr. Nchidansu.
Yeah.
Ebe kan sembi. And menini ya dream or see look, democracy is not just about rule of law ne nyekika hono elections, but there is a fundamental component via ya nkrofobi erefi, and which is institutionalism. Say ye beboa your institutions amomo ejina omonanso to deliver on the mandate given to them either by the constitution or any legislation biano. But when we run down state institutions, it can result in democratic decay. na yenya democratic decay na just say the cabinet make ba mamo no kra enya de abeye dwuma and no chairman weak institutions e ka ho na amalifuoi omontimi nya ne obedi omoso yi o because institutions of state have broken down until sabi any for want of a better expression joka bi atimi sorry once you can mobilize a few goons on the street and label them as soldiers which me overthrow president just like that because institutions are broken down na Ghana hanye ebi mu no yeah if we inch closer to that point now state institutions teach near managing elections no egu chairman who will tell the NDC said they haven't won the elections and now who will tell the MPP said they haven't won the elections because the institution na nanka say nyina ye wogidi wo mu ye bu omo to be the referee no ye destroy na everybody at all can sit in his house and declare results.
How about say bisuka say omo was institution omo ne ye new nyuma se ne omo ye no e ka ho and amana ba ne sa na so nkomo so ye omo adwuma yie a e bia nka kase bia sa ema
chairman me ba adwuma ben potisa on say politicians are opportunistic by design upe and in Ghana party be opposition bia tends to have issues with the Electoral Commission.
Yep.
It's a fact. No more abayenomono tend to support the work of the Electoral Commission. And necessarily the fact say Electoral Commission for ye bibia enye, but simply because of where they find themselves you can say at the moment and say opposition na omuka sanko omu abenmu omuka sanko and the Electoral Commission has always been perceived as an enemy to opposition parties. And yes, necessarily omu ye bibia eye boni. That's not to say that there are times that Electoral Commission force to me yenuma etochima. That's not what I'm suggesting. But I'm saying that for the most part they are demonized merely on the basis of the fact say party way opposition and and that is the point. We can constructively criticize the Electoral Commission with a view to making it better. But when your criticisms are intended to undermine the very institution you are not doing Ghana any service. And that for us is a concern. Say we can have different ideas, we can disagree with the Electoral Commission. After all, Kabina, in fact, among yourself, it's all about disagreeing to agree and agreeing to disagree, whichever is applicable. But say say we are not disagreeing because we are wishing to make it better, but we are disagreeing because ebia nkrofubi eko because they were appointed under a certain regime and nyoma tochima and yesi omonko nti another regime nkrofubi nti chinchina no the understanding is and the notion is we are yedi omabe the idea is to rig the elections and consistently yenuanum NDC4 have made the point say the appointment of the Electoral Commission chairperson and her two deputies and other commissioners for that matter the idea is to help the sitting president rig the 2020 elections. And with such a mindset chairman she knew on be ofe because we are show trimu say we are you on rig elections forgetting nobody can rig the election and Emre and Ghana and 92 elections new and 96 elections new we 2020 elections. And German, no individual or group bet me whether they work in the Electoral Commission or not. They bet me are rigging elections in favor of any candidate. Be a Ewogan and Nemri. And see that who lose you and no we lose you. And it is better for us to appreciate say at this point nobody can rig any elections. Teach the Electoral Commission for no. And you know polling stations on no. They only take results. Every free polling stations on no and Afarijan put it rather nicely. Say, upeso winner ba ye wejuma yi wo polling station ho. Don't come blaming the Electoral Commission because you have failed to do your work at the polling station. And the commissioner, look, opa or your man natural supernatural powers bia enya do bit me assess the outcome of any election. And the earlier people understood this and applied themselves to kwanya ombe faso e win elections the better. Demonizing Electoral Commission won't earn you any vote.
Talking about the Electoral Commission and election 2020, there's this issue of comparison of records and projects.
Yeah.
Oman Penyabe Diechre, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia Yenshimubi, first term infrastructure development, the Akufo-Addo government is second to none. cost of 4 interchanges and the Kufado is Mohammed's cost of 1. Any Muslim sem.
Yeah.
In say and the NDC say they'll head back.
Okay.
Going forward into election 2020, comparison of records and projects.
Yeah.
Abe Trapia Danipa Bibriano.
Yeah.
Uti and Uti Muslim Neto saying.
It was the chairman and Mamin chair it's for beam.
Yeah, Joso.
Let me say political parties, we share a political parties law now. Edi Juma Bibri Netum political parties so. And your elections on Kwana law no car say political parties and they were set up to do just elections. But educating the electorates to make informed choices a part of the responsibilities conferred on political parties under the law. Nti edru abato time say ya. Me, I have always advocated say let's focus our discussions on issues. Because yes ana ebua wana onkoto abano to make informed choices. Because chairman, a wrong choice and an uninformed choice is as worse as no choice at all. In fact, it's worse than no choice at all. Say, ubekwa akoto aba eyi sebi nipa we no not on the basis of information. Say you went into it blindly. Unim ni odeba and akoto aba mano. A West Chem crass what you decided to media yen you be at. And it is important at every point say ye be nya penyumfo edi nyomaye eni nyompese omoye edi tu yenim. Because you need to appreciate the past and the present in order to make projections for the future. And the way it is fashioned, you know, I told you I had dream. So it is we are going to compare records. But I don't think that it is necessarily about comparing of records. It is about telling Ghana for that Muma a mandate for 4 years. Mreno yason. We are coming to account to you near yaye over the period. Now, Munshen ye with the mandate amudi maya no. Na mumfan tutu ni omo say mumma omutu minebi. Na munshe mumma and it's not as if they have not had the chance. In fact, a lot of well, I wouldn't say a lot in Nyaye, but the major one that is also contending with the government, you know, and with the party in power, no. Omenya kwaneda, and omenya kwenyaneda. Enti, it is important to tell Ghana for say, shenye ye with your 4 years, no. Na fa tutu Zebi ni ono so say opeso saba no. Na mumfa tutu ni oye when you gave him the 4 years. Na sure whether you deserve to renew his mandate or you deserve, I mean, whether he deserves to have his mandate given back to me and now you renew yenye dia no. And I think that it's a good exercise. Now, Usha, infrastructure is one key sector bia. As a Ghana betumpon I said to me man kodru pempenso bi. And chairman, there be a kind of infrastructure. People think it's just about buildings and roads. Infrastructure actually includes energy. It includes transport. What is here? And the kind of infrastructure, it should not be limited to just acquiring school or dying. There be.
Because who can an opponent on BBC will say good morning. Please, what's infrastructure?
Yes, infrastructure is
because I bet say infrastructure and common acquire say
roads in school are dying
lorry coin.
Yes. But energy is also an infrastructure and it's part of infrastructure. Oh, and transport too is part of infrastructure. Until when I say the presentation focused on some infrastructure and yeah, infrastructure in its entirety.
In spite of that, Nyamani Bia or say on my no. In Shishamu patches a bew or her and Tessa.
Tissani.
Yes, you best start here next week, baby.
Okay.
But we patches say dams nibi up north. And Tessa, you must say, I know. Nyamani Bia must know. And Tessa, I don't know how you see that.
Oh, Chairman, sir, it's a fair point to make. Sir, if you disagree, sir, Ntinamika said, I was building the point about allowing electors to understand and appreciate the need to have information. The basis upon which they make choices. And data and science about giving people information is a function of data and science. Because giving information is about telling people that this is what exists. And sometimes to informing people also would require that Uber estimations be, and also na science, say I'm projecting and I'm forecasting, say based on Yamaye in the next 2 years, meet me I see account. And that's the science bit of it. And the information largely is built on science and data. And I found it very refreshing because it focuses the conversation. And my focus on Nipa personalities here, did you matter? But it introduces a certain perspective into the conversation. Say you be doing common on data, on facts, any on science, on policies.
How about Momoka says scanner modi edgeman crying mambutum sika your my moon sika and year 1 2
that's it.
Ain't you know what is this claiming credit for it? Ebi so aka say some of the projects Omoka no kra no sebi and yes
inherited
a mediocre projects a project bi say we see borehole amobi anya de o say aban edi tu no ho because a basic nyama.
But you see, what is basic? You see, the definition of what is basic is subjective. Chama, obeti me see National Theatre, the lack of National Theatre, Gambaga. I can decide to label it as basic. But who see visa Gambaga? The entirety of the Northeast is transformed. But me, I can choose this way not dying in Sibida. This is basic. Because I am labeling it and I am characterizing in such a manner because it doesn't inure to my benefit politically. I need to either understate the value and the relevance. But this thing about Mamisha has infreed this point about enyo musika. But when the car say ye two aba eyi penyuvoa ye see omonfo musika embebu mine. Where is that also coming from? But which government has ever used and which officials and officers in any government have ever used musika ediebu mine? Even see that ya yesika ena yesi ye yinkrofu kuobi no ma hwe yesika no so edi ama pontujuma aba ana edi aye pontujuma ama obi aho ahenhar no. And it has never been a situation of we are mwabe mu musika na modibeye. But the question is the bigger question is how are you managing the resources? It's not about who owns the resources. Resources in the idea. Ebi mu bae omodi wi chinjinga ebi mu educator diapers. That is the bigger question. Abaya Yakotui, are we going to vote for the richest man in Ghana?
No.
It's about who can best manage our resources. Politics, Chairman, is basic and elementary definition. Is the authoritative allocation of resources. So you are looking for somebody is to get that person bet me allocate resources in such a way as a baby. That is what this is all about. And you bet me why? Say you crofobie or mobile. They prioritized Nyomabi. Consumption of chichinga was a priority under a certain administration.
Well, not a priority.
Chairman.
Can say BB says I can say a priority.
Chairman, you see, you expend your money on your priorities. There is BBI different scale of preference. Chairman, we have limitless needs and wants. And your resources no so scarce. We're elementary economics. And you can afford the priorities, the needs, you have to prioritize. Senabe obetimi aye na ehia no. So prioritize it. So by then you weight your preferences. Where the ehia mi chen we so ehia mi chen we and all of that. And so that we nyina wie na then you start spending. Until to the extent say ebimo ehun say chinchinga de wi man ye ebe yi yetimi wi chinchinga man ye yi a. Let's just say a priority to them. And it's not about necessarily saying says sikano mu betu ye nti but sikana mu betu ye no die na mudi ye mu manage ni say enu na hia and you also realize this conversation about enye ni nyina na enukre na ebi. I agree, Chairman. That is why data there obi di ba you can disprove the data no by bringing counterfacts. Obi the data be to her and obi stating in your man. If you think say data need be any nukre, you have the opportunity to come and present counter claims and counter data. And not try and be who data no free. Sana di ejuma. Wow. And if they say your money be na yebu boss no enye nyoma ewo ho. I mean, it tells you say now we are having a more refined conversation. You see, the conversation is about, you know, records. There na why any there na unye. Wow. And if they bring their counter claims, no, they are tutu home. Ebi kra your video evidence and all of that. And if almost so add the video evidence, eba nature say near yedi kan hu ye no enye sanity a. Chairman, we are making a headway. Ghana for be say, oh, we na didn't draw, we na can correct. And on that basis, they can make a determination. But this idea say we trivialize the achievements of a certain administration because enye ye na ye no embwa obiaba oye na afemu de ebi mutimi ye ne kese ebi mutimi ye ne kitwa but enu nkyere say nipa no ne wa ye no wo wadwen mo no even though wa ye bibi ba wo fi say we enya de a obi anya bi da ti say boreholes for the people sa boreholes ye mo no chema enye basic mo. And I come from a place where I have seen people drink from streams omuni nantwe sebi enum from the same stream. Oko ye borehole mano na onya clean mukan potable water on.
Potable, yeah.
Onya potable water enuma na wo ko jina ho e ka chenze o na momonjai ni obeye well no borehole no ma mo no. Onya hwie we basic. No mo di tutu time and no num nsuo from streams omunya bilharzia omunya all kind guinea worms onim say under a certain administration we rolled back the wheels of guinea worm adia na eradicate completely no and a certain administration eba back biem because they felt say and it is this mindset say oh boreholes here basic until one ko boreholes na people will go back to the streams and they will end up guinea worm yeah it's over 15 years but under the last administration, we recorded fresh cases of guinea worm. Adia nanka NCC AC. But when you begin to describe projects like borehole, say a basic until win yet. Kahune say it is not about the high sounding projects on Ghana for here. Obi Ghana for here Accra no Kumasi for Nkwao. Chairman Obi wo Mikras, you go Gambaga a guy, a city. In fact, the only city in the northeast region.
Gambaga.
Oh yes.
I count.
Chairman, oh me do be call Ensro.
Na there's me call Gambaga.
No uko ya che. Chairman say, "Hey, uko hwe akwan a ye wo ho enye izu."
True. And you call man.
Oh, media Gambaga there. Say, look, if anywhere else you see enkoyi, media Gambaga can say, Chairman enkoyi. The road network, uko Gambaga asisa. Until when you finally land in the Republic of Gambaga, Chairman, you will be amazed. Now, villages like Bangu, Nyingari, and Tunguri, and all those other villages under Gambaga, no. Eho, obiako ye bohula momo, so munumusio, Monsieur Pa. You go and stand and tell them, so munja in a way they're basic. And they compare me growing up in Gambaga, Chama, we didn't have potable water. There were 2 wells, and your boreholes, wells. Very ancient wells. Na Bakudindi Babankoa. Yes, Babankoa in Hausa means Obia Papa.
Okay. But
that's how that well was named. Very popular well. And the other one, so I'll tell you. That's where our mothers and sisters would walk to. And you said, Chairman, it was it was detached from homes until they would have to walk kilometers. No more kosa sounds you know. It was ensure na well but na come. Now imagine Cecia, there is a water project in Gambaga under the World Bank. Nansanya, Chairman, people are opening taps. Uko Gambaga, there are taps. A man for ABA. You go and tell the bands who sends you the basic. Wow. You think so? For me, politicians can label projects anyhow they wish, because I almost say, we the grando. their thinking is electrician makers say ntimunim say BBC ye betimi ayama ena mo anya ama no. But yes ana we discourage development. You can admit say why but there are still many more to do. Ntimumu ba ubeye ni aka no. But we should stop running, we should quit running down projects because enuna ama ebimu entoa projects so no. Because on him say we are you better change say say mu cry nyam enu so wo ho say nyam na mo ye na start here
ye start here na mo area your project.
People don't even understand the concept of government. It's a continuum. Chama ni obe you inherit assets and liabilities. And nipa no to us why nipa no to us no wia na e ka say Ghana mine na ye see na ye de. So if you don't label a project MPP project or NDC project, that is a project in there doesn't exist in Ghana. And ama nkrofo bi when they started ebi so timi shada when they know say they've lost the elections. No man shada ko kati sword. Sika ni ba ko kati sword. Wa be pesika ye no. Na omo the video about say yen kra na kati sword. But cutting sword is not the same as doing the project.
Matiatik, Mesaba, so Mema Dr. Kwame Asasante, Senior Political Science Lecturer, University of Ghana, Legon Abeka. Doc Machia Kwaba.
Yauraba, Amuye,
Memuso Janaso,
Papa B,
Aqua Baby. George from Rich says, Chairman General, in 2008, the then running mate, John Dramani Mahama said, quote, if you vote for someone because of schools, hospitals, roads, and interchanges, you have a weak mind because it is government's responsibility. George from Rage. Well, that was 2008. Moving on beyond that, Kwame, indeed, the money the government uses is our money. But the truth is, who uses the money and manages it well? Sichiado Kaswa CP. The NDC blamed their poor performance in the 2012 election on the 2012 election petition. They said because the MPP took the 2012 elections to court, it affected their performance. The MPP, on the other hand, even in the midst of COVID-19, is still performing. That's the difference. Citizen Ralph Bonkatamanso. I have a concern on the just ended 2020 voters register. How can first-time voters and 19 years voters exceed the difference between 2020 and 2016? Mr. Mensa, Tema Central Constituency. The comparison of records and infrastructure is not the main issue, but how it reflects in the lives of the people. We have seen NAPCO, free SHS, free water, free lights, amongst others. Master Planner Junior, Kentampo, sends that one. Dr. Baumia has... Okay. Let's see. I think Atik is right by saying that Chichinga was their priority. If not, they wouldn't have prioritize the reign of a confirm Amino and Inswam. Both potential winners candidates have had their chance to rule this country. Their track records, therefore, is going to be the easiest chance for the electorate. They will look at their living conditions and vote. Education, infrastructure, value for money, and good policies will play a role. Alexander Sefa. The NDC is on Agenda 2024. Trust me, they are psyching their supporters for the abysmal failure that awaits them in the 2020 elections by demonizing the state institutions which brought them to power. Isaac Ansa Esikado Ketan constituency. Eja Adam in Enyan Memu. The NDC has one fear. That fear is Baumia. He's a thorn in their flesh. He's their worst nightmare. Puts the fear of God into them anytime he speaks. Instead of countering him with facts, they'll fall short and resort to raining insults. Moving on beyond that. Chairman, the NDC and JM should tell us why Temapokwasi Obechebi and Tamale cost $289 million, but Circle was $260. Kwejo Edupako Achim Esium. In a 4x4 relay, do you give the baton back to the person who relayed it to you? Rawlings to Kufuor, Kufuor to Mills, Mills to Mahama, Mahama to Nanado. And Mahama has gone around and is waiting for Nanado again? Is that how it's done? Nanaya Nufanko, well, this is not a 4x4 relay, but interesting thoughts. The NDC's Green Book was printed and shared amongst their communicators to make noise on radio and TV. Some of the projects they claim to have executed were false. It goes on and on. Teacher Kujo Tepa. You.
Chairman General,
Inti sabi mo se yan so mo he.
Okay. Edi kan no ma menfa ncha kase ma wetie for.
Ye joso.
Where most me hu wache.
Papa pebi.
Ono beautiful studio ha.
Yeah, that's it.
Production there I want metie omonka.
Ebe ye more beautiful than say
na if obi ka chere me say nka emre bi be banka obi de safo abeto ewiase mu a the world will be under lockdown na me nyi
need that.
But that me who say Kokrokoo model cameras abesisi here mutimi ye short videos who say emena daniano cause okay say there's no way Kokrokoo will ever be on the screens.
I fought it.
It's an yama na jankomo on the side here there I just say no chama obi ada ne ho say na be for afidie ni mo short videos inti and our docs on your ticks so me bomb abas me hu so ache
makra me wo ho
akra ofie pe so sana tenen pepepe kwame menim so be ma me ho kwan na kama kan ya manifesto launch no one as kan me wie the first
and can we first one na me yemo
me da say the kind of campaign NPP pese this year corona gradually shape the campaign and how the language be pese ebeko. The NPP a couple of days ago set the tone for an issues-based campaign for 2020.
Okay.
Enya timdidie, enya propaganda. Na mum ye be separate fact from fiction. Ne be distinguish yen esu from yenu anoma eni omoko contest. Na emre twem no na mitie NDC mpanifo ne omo communicators. I got the impression say NPP dey buy no pa dey no cleaning am na yenyeshi. That was the impression me nyaye. I just hear the buy ni timi kan say we are restore teacher training, nursing training and a free SHS by infrastructure block back Kokrokoo fan chef. But this has been clearly disproved by His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia oye NPP Franketuni na bedi echire na Nado Dankwa Kufuor kra Franka de ama NPP na bedi echire na yeto abama wa eso obu ho akonta. The difficulty for the NDC is that edu baby a omo yi mail so krampo kra de obeye ye ni film. Oh yes, because omo count the achievement of Mr. Mahama, forgetting said Mr. Mahama for the first 4 years no advice. America dispute Gabra didn't count where Mels Mahama. He wasn't happy. Say never in the history have we had say both president and a vice as the administration. But the idea of Professor Mills there they count also achievement because the shoe is on another foot. You can pick and choose clearly. To the extent so say NPP asserted this tone and lay out the framework aye na yen kogumunye enye discussion me am de because maybe atwemo na nka won ta enya ni say but cho ka na we di we atena we edu ba bi kra mo nkofo media foundation for West Africa e ko fa tracker by ya de show mo di atem ye profile weekly mebwa but me say kasa ni mo te it shows say our democracy is growing and growing very well. Chairman Dr. Baumia Eshane Kasa se no say NPP Ghana for shira yen to abama yen in 2016 aye betina akunya so 2017 a total of 17,334 individual project a ankra project ye shase since January 2017 and they know uhwemu na chese yetimi ayi mu dodo no ayi mu dodo na ebro even efa na me de wokomu kakra na nka wo breaking it down and can say emu 8,746 there out of the 17,334 the nkewie na ebi wo hoso a obeti emu propaganda any ade na niema no makan no ebi ni ho ne ade and one of the places I say na wa o kan wasem has to do with the dams about the dams a total any eba in one village one dam here a total of 375 and on ye are completed and in good shape. And then you have in excess of 64, in fact around 64 and also so no the various stages are yeah. Now kwame obi catch him say we doesn't exist. Name won kakra. Me am the many who Boku constituency, Kotanga Dam, or the same Boku constituency at Tampinzwa Dam, me de many who we are chasing Crofo AUSU. Me do ko Garu constituency, na me share Belugu Dam, and in his Bulga Dam. Nam do ba Pusiga, na hu Tatrago Dam, and then Sarabogo Dam. No be catch him say it doesn't exist. Now a be creation, I find it very difficult and very insulting to me, and then Kofoswa Omuyusu.
Yes, ebi wo ho. Ebi su wo ho a enti sene omo ka say.
Chairman, she mra coronavirus yi ebai. Metie America omo lead infectious disease specialist Dr. Fauci. O say yare na ba ne pa no aduro. But the authorities catch us say we they go through even the first stage of trial. Na yade betimi abo de jibigu. Say bia e betimi abo solve yare problem ni be to some extent. What that means is say first no ne nuanom eni sa dam an do dry season o de dag out you fan say gubo mu so nia say gubo mu kra na esi on e be last year for 3 months. It goes to boost agriculture. So if today, and when in 2016, NDC, one of the appointees, but now studio here, now one will be a chicken and one in Sanino. As NPP, one village, one dam, the mosquitoes, Ebeba Ghana. You were here in this studio. One account is somewhere short for less. Chairman General Mauti, so why here studio? You catch it, say, the mosquitoes. Dams are in Yanukwako. Then I even made a funny comment. Now I'm saying the mosquito spray, best spray, if that's what our people can use. And then, they are not by not a bomb agriculture near day. No be catch them say it doesn't exist. What the fans are buying beer by a crown or year 50 or year 50. Chairman, baby, I can't one village, one dam. Can you be talking about bigger and bigger legacy project? As I say, this is where we are. I think so me do fee a year a great column so my me found call emu one district one factory. And yes, it doesn't exist. I've seen some running. Ochina President Ekufuado Eco Commission Casa de Ropa. I know you potato processing. Now, if people almost go more, you are telling the people that this factory doesn't exist, then you don't understand. Ghana nyan kraipo. Me de oban kra ha say so aban we de niam a form aye project a wo twam a wo hu bi. I don't have to go and pick a green book. Me a catch him say a front place yet me ko twa picture of China. Bridge yesi wo ho na obi dia to ne social media page to an appointee of Mr. Mahama. Catch him say Nipan say he can't wait to see the completion of this project. I could try picture of China. Tell me when the Germany you thinking say I did the young going until some call campaign. I me take could do on so say ferry. Now me say nipa bad. Ti say me dinya me share internet this one. Chairman General. Oh, I thought that yeah, utie ye nuanum bi na wan take time. I bet me nya kumayare straight. And you many be a be paint ya kire wo. Near the shall say say artist impression. Obuni beka say just a small print. And so picture and the kakra neda. Me nam pokwasi interchanger. I don't need you to tell me say something is going on. Tamale, I was there 2 weeks ago. You don't need to tell me see a interchange or Tama. Tama may call a Aflaone Dambai just 3-4 days ago. Minam moto we any interchange I am namasia. So if you tell me that this project doesn't exist, a two things so we say me share space but me friend. Oh, at least anya no me na me sabe me friend me share space there, but at least I know things are happening. And na kwan so bi wona me do so na se kwan nya kwan me feel wo me with him. Me feel dan by ba peki kwan no. Chairman,
yeah,
me cap pop do a board my free course so as a yamenkwa egusu ane omoye contractors were side. However, no NDC for catches a sakwan we and ye can want him no my you. To the extent to say, the Eastern Corridor, ye. But then, me kofa Bembela Salaga Quine. It's ongoing under this government. Bembela to Salaga. Now, dear son, Quanis one two new yame. Network crane.
Sir?
That is a politician say agro. We are now there to chopping boards. No, Kwame. Now, may I name the media for more in real politics? That me share back could be at say now your campaign. I call a co baby name so me share the car cost say or Kwame Binat say the need to talk and I'm just organizing not the team when him right now. Ha! And chairman today, the NPP government about road infrastructure. By a total since 2017, a total of 1,927 road projects across the country. Out of that, 1,307 of them are with 620 currently ongoing. Now, me say the oba emunia ye ofa obechebi oko ni anma boso kan for iwa. There's an interchange. Sometimes I struggle to understand when we catch him say abang we buy infrastructure nyebi. But I'm happy Vice President Dr. Baumia asserted the tone for us to discuss. They say media for no so no the fourth estate of the realm. You are willing some best swam machines. Na mo so mabwa pro. And I know the oyade ultimate report no I has yes say nesi. Oko baby Ghana mampeni wenya na bedi wenya ne baby ko. Professor Mills Crew. The first factory Pejana from ground zero, the bar up. A Kumfi juice factory. Now, a way, a juice way. And your crowd and could see what before Frank Rebecca sent people for ye. Yet the coy could see what baby Professor Mills, the crew, to honor the memory of the former president.
But isn't it also because of a raw material?
Oh, come in. The raw material, Ghana, Aritza. Oh, raw materials ne bang, but you perceive anye a home that particular location. But can't the entire region on raw materials and be easy. But the principle and the love behind it. Baby ye me don't call the educational sector. I buy way far free SHS buy. The first year we had our own teething problems. But this government didn't run away from the problems. NPP never gives up on problems. Crisis bar, we confront it, we face it, we fix it. The second year, you cover double track by. You cover the double track so by. And then when it was and Kolana Nyanyem was school. And no more tifia. Sometimes I just don't get it. So dear boy, you be so fast will be and I'm saying it. Temu double track here by cost interventions. Over 1,000 projects across the senior high schools to be expanded on infrastructure, be it dormitories, be it dining halls, be it this, be it that. And as I speak to you, some of the schools will exit the double track this year.
Are we sure?
Oh, very sure. Very, very sure. Because if you want more, or have the capacity now, offer 500. But because of double track now, offer 800. You expand the facility a bit more, offer 900. You obviously have to exit the double track. Abaya setting the whole timelines. So it's true that Rome was not built in a day. But then the builders of Rome, if they are not stealing the building materials, Rome will be built. So I mean, Bijitu say Rome was not built in a day, and you agree?
And yet Dakro.
But say you see Rome no. We are building materials and there. You bet me see Rome. We are building materials and you bet 50 years Rome will be there, will not be built. And that is what gives me confidence that this government, when giving the support again, you bet me deliver them from the shackles of poverty, and they could do the path of prosperity. You none bet me share when you come. Papa, you know what you Sabe impredia sa. Enya about to pay. Ebi adacho bi be kai papa why na odi maoba. Same. Yeah to them he. Eno ti na utimi hia obi. Na na me ne Bombay. Ko hia na ne ebo points bi. And then a friend joined. And I'm sure they be say Bombay so Bombay na nim Adam fi papa. And also yes na me see the father was an extraordinary man. Now Bombay said he likes the way I use the word extraordinary because that describes the father. Papa nintiase. Me mentimi anya ne papa da. But then me oye me papa bi inti ne ba no me huni bia na it reminds me of ne papa. If you have to go the extra mile now I hear the aboa no. Inti me papa kwame eto ye doku ye atiki ye na bia dachi oh se fa kan ba ni o. E bia cases bi wo ha no benefit. Ye na nam na ntina software we nya no baby kwa preku. Was yesu no. Obi na wo ne ba. Eni didi ni din. Ghana no ye ni ya. E wo ho ma ye. Nchima ankrofo be didi ho bi. Obi
kum chacha
ne ka.
Okay.
See yesu na wu ni didi no kakaka.
Your name was say sana e bia ankrofo mfa isa no. Chema, obi betumi we twa picture.
It's true.
Let them go for Danny DP. So, oh, Charlie, you know, Kwame. Oh, yeah, Kwame be my guy. Oh, because so Shiano keke or function in the track.
And you're too da.
Kwame told the Bian will be chatty. Now, we'll picture the dasso. Now, two who say only one who chatty. Because who picture ne was maybe or also the AJ 3 points be or baby. I saw the McCloud now so sign it.
Leverage now.
So where do you who got guy?
Oh, it's me when me obi airborne homodin yem one. No tia konya so ne som no. Se Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana for a man mandate 4 years he enso ye kra obu ho akonta. But what the MPP will reject, they say you better compare 4 years of the end of Nanado administration to 8 years of the Mills Mahama. That would be an unfair comparison.
Yeah.
Nesadia yenko for 8 years. Then you bebu ho akonta ya list your project because the project you are embarking upon. I don't think said the NDC's first term and I Mills Mahama or Mahama Emisatha within 4 years or categorizing this project under roads, under energy, under education, under health. And it will beat what the NPP has done. But we are in a political football and political season. The NPP will welcome any challenge to put forward yes or so no your side of the story. We believe say ye jitum so the ton seniani ye nuanom no ya perform better. Ye did to say Ghana for the to the same as you way here. Ye crown, ye was baby super featherweight and I say heavyweight as compared to Abia bantamweight.
Obviously, Chairman General, Sammy is right. I use you take points plenty, including ping.
They say no there. You are saying your desk out.
I see. All the major points. Asamba Mumidi. Samuel Uku is speaking. We the beneficiaries of these so-called small projects. A borehole in my village. Chiana Asunia Navrongo is life-saving. Sami Allah bless you. Farouk in Tema. Leviticus powers in Kaswa. Leadership is about stewardship, accounting to the people, demonstrating trust and character to saying. And that is what Dr. Baumia served fellow Ghanaians. Fellow Ghanaians.
Yeah, but it's become part of addiction.
Comparing MPP's first 4 years to NDC's 8 years like setting the same exams question for a WACC and GHS student. Why does NDC fear to talk about their first 4 years? Ken Wood in Takoradi. I remember former President Mahama said talking about infrastructure is mediocrity. What has changed? Odeshi Ajabing in Hacho. If MPP communicators will talk how youth is elucidating on matters, then we'll vote MPP back to power. No more noise of babies with sharp teeth. Bernard, Tamale, Moshi, Zongo. If Gambaga has changed, my hometown, Bongo Balungo, in the Upper East region, is also gradually changing, but we need more. I am a witness to the Bongo Dams. Inko Joseph sends that. Nti Atik Gambage obi so Benedio.
Atik obo Gambaga die. Ese me to bo asiti mu hwehwem. Politicians omo bo one constituency sa na chese ba.
Say chairman dey me
national politics. As organizers
also PNC politics. And I say all Gambaga for fans.
For them no me hwe ye.
Chairman dey bia me krom dey me mom fans because me krom dey I
run a good job there. The weather is so nice there.
Chairman beautiful.
Sir,
who dey me bomb comedy
you wake up to
baby
beautiful scene. Unse na say why you Kokate sword for the construction of the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yes.
Yeah, and I've been there like 4 times within the last 2 months.
That's
4
true.
times.
Business center bi so ha ombesi business center bi
so you're very nice people.
A little humor.
We are.
And I just pray that it's seen as humor. Chairman General, good morning. I just arrived in Accra this morning from my village in the Etiwa Range Forest. Everywhere I pass in Accra, my ears are bombarded with Papano. What is happening in Accra? Please tell me. Nane Dubois for the second, Sankubasi Etiwa. Well, I'm sure they just look at you and point to you as Papano from the forest.
Explanation by what to be a Ukraine. So then what is so far? No
there will be some effusions expressed upon you and apologies demanded.
And you may not be recognized.
Yes, you may not be recognized.
As I know, maybe Article 71 of his order, maybe Article 3 MPP Constitution. No, my miss is also
but it's a slippery slope.
Actually, somebody has just sent me a video. But you don't add your village. A patch of village, no way.
There was some videos on the one village. I'm for them requirement. I'm over 2 ways. And the location.
And patch anyhow. Or send me or send a village. Or started in April in my village. Now almost completed. Okay, so if you could also add the almost completed pictures and our video near him. Or send a village Yinduri Talensi.
Okay.
Tana Yinduri Talensi. Okay. Chairman General, I'll keep on saying that the free SHS is a very good idea, but its implementation needs a review. Okay,
that's a fair critique.
That is
so we disagree or we agree. Then start a discussion.
That is Dr. Amwako Abenwaha.
And policy implementation through feedback, you make it better.
Yes. Is the NDC comparing candidate Mahama's 8 years as vice president and president to 3 years, 7 months, and 13 days of Akufo-Addo? Okay. Can they be truthful for once and mention just a single infrastructural project the commission in their first term? We have performed arguably better in our first term comparatively, and perhaps unmatched in the Fourth Republic. Samuel Brian Boabing sends that. I am only sympathizing with the MPP party because I sat home after tertiary education for years without a job. It took Nana Mbaumia to implement NAPCO for me to get something to do. Ura in Kumasi says, greetings to Sami Ewuku. Well, I guess that your sympathies go beyond NAPCO. Chairman General, I use your name to battle when someone wants to cheat me. I normally you tell them, I'll call Chairman General right now and report you if you joke.
The guys that I'm here, you to organize our home. You to organize a simple. Maybe sometimes some calls on the bar from 6:37 Friday evenings. Oh, youth. Commander.
No, they are two loudspeakers.
I'm here with my people.
Yeah.
Old Betty phone. If they any pattern, I'm on Becasa 6. My bear 4. Also, I'm in the meeting. I told you I'll call Accra. I'll call my. Oh, Jaman. You know, yes, a song. Points. So, Olympic talk better.
Ghana's presidential MC.
Everybody check for your website.
Everybody.
Anyway, Peace 104.3. Yeah, Twa, yeah, Jubedian Sunum. Kwame, correction to the PNC General Secretary. Tinguri is not under Gambaga, but under Walwale. Tinguri. He didn't say Tinguri. Tinguri was brought in by somebody.
I mentioned
Gambaga, but anyway, you don't add your name, but thank you very much.
But if I did,
we are all learning. If it did, hey.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's a mistake, and then we'll correct it.
Yeah.
This year's election is between Dr. Baumia and the NDC. He comes to punch them a blow, and for 2 weeks, they will leave their campaign and focus on only him. If it were to be football, like the NPP will use him as a decoy to create space for strikers to score. PK said that one. Anyway.
And he has set the tone for our manifesto launch. Which is good.
Somebody says, very soon I'll use your name to marry another woman. Foolish boy. Because then you may be on some. Obakran and Yadia.
Papa, and your boys doing okay.
Or they call it. And that's what they call a second woman.
But you know, before I would
like you go here one thing.
I can't kill myself.
Doc, but your brain needs infrastructure comparison and yeah, come here,
Yo, Kwame.
Yeah.
Mama watching, my mempenny for your hayache.
Yeah.
Mama Ghana mang phone so ache. Adechiana na yeda obadiasi. Esanse owunti obeng nyede. Kwame, nyame de befia sen me de me owura awku ne kasa bi okan no. Me pesa me hye ne den wo ne kasa na okan no.
Yeah.
Yo. Me owura awku mpache wo yawaso. Akwa fon aso fen me wa ha.
Pepe.
O say nipa ya bad ohun photo bi. A wo ngatwa wo China. Na wo di yinkonya wa ha. Na nko wu. Catch the media, major Augusto David. Why? Me person me can say be children. Oh, senior political science. A catch you fubi. No ba ko de Donovan. On one account. Also politics. Edu baby a. Utumi hu bibi lies, deceit, manipulation. India wo catch our man yan wonwa. Ubechia. Na mum eno nye politics so. Ewom ubechia. India man yan wonwa. Niccolo Machiavelli also can't say
the godfather.
Also, politicians are not angels on earth. Ndia I am fan moya hunkai. Ubet makaniama obesakra wangano. Metia masamus. Yo.
Politicians are not angels on earth. Good one.
Inti unyati asasa waka kasa obefa na bieng. Na wa song so senya mi wura kwa mekan so also me di photo no also mekọ na makohwe iyo adwuma nenen wura ba omi aka kasa bi na already done nsam na di no ne nkomo kosi se infrastructure yen records ni nti utie na song so ya or the challenge abeto ama NDC me mesua manyasam no na many jesam isane say and na many as ya sare fanenta ma pa bi afura and then me ba be kira ase o hwe the state ayon manga owo asedi a etisoye responsibilities ba ko ne den o hwe se mra won ayen wo be hye ne ping na ya adwuma okay Osanso shese obe provide nubronika social and economic services.
Social and economic service.
Na ushe sadia.
Yeah.
Kwa me nan kan pese u kan constitution ma mebo na wakan na agina so ama. Ushe social and economic services na ube mu article 36 clause 1.
Article 36 clause 1.
Ba cho ko na yen hwa de bi wo.
36 when can hobra
36 1
na shesema ku 38 37 36 clause 1 the state shall take all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to secure the maximum welfare, freedom and happiness of every person in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment and public assistance to the needy.
Chapter 6.
Social services and economic services and wabono aka bibiaje. 36 I 2D.
2D.
Ew.
Undertaking even and balanced development of all regions and every part of each region of Ghana, and in particular, improving the conditions of life in the rural areas and generally redressing any imbalance in development between the rural and the urban areas.
Washa sa infrastructure ebwe omangani emma omankoso wano she 2E.
2E.
Yes.
The recognition that the most secure democracy is the one that assures the basic necessities of life for its people as a fundamental duty.
Basic necessity. Inti abang eye diaso sebe toilet. O se mercy. No be say, oh we dey adike to ebi. Me pesa mete. E yade ohia. O se why your borehole obi so oh basic. Constitution na kire no.
Yo, basic necessities.
No provide the basic necessities of life.
Yeah.
Abanga ye. I will say e yade trebi. Me pesa mete. Fi yanko 2F.
2F A B C D E pacho F ni mu ha.
F ni wo.
Yo.
And be for we 2 no.
2 in the last one. From there we go to 3.
Economic development and as social infrastructure. Infrastructure no wo bi wa ha. Can be bigger culture. O same. State na adwuma ba ko provision of social and economic services. Also, the state also exists to advance the interests of its citizens by providing welfare services and social facilities for their use to improve their standards of living. It is the responsibility of the state to provide basic services such as education, health, housing, water, among others, to improve the quality of life of its people. It also lays down the needed infrastructure facilities, including roads, railways, harbors, to promote social and economic development. Inti sa ben bi baso no say mere ya kwan mere yensu mere yesaya adwuma no yen we winim ayawasam yo winim yem ko nganim say abanwuma no ne responsibilities no so ya eye na sede eto so ye enu nti o ya eye ahohwawe na ye no so ya ye yo man ma no yenso ye wasede ye wasede na ye baba ho wo hwa mpeng bebre no wo hu se aben bi ba o so ye na fi adwuma ase o si form o so obi ameto aso president Kufuor na adan ofi ase e ka wuram ye wo menwa e ka wuram o man disika ye na o kan constitution na o kire wo se project biara ewo ho na won incomplete ye no the new government ba say or complete article 35
article 35(7) as far as practicable,
yes,
a government shall continue and execute projects and programs commenced by the previous governments.
Yes. Enunti uti uraba wo miakasa no kan na ne me de wo mu nia NDC fu aye okan a won abetua so san wo de yo man e yasempa
na iso en show o say shall
yeah eyoshe se wo beye oye nti aban say oh you ye ba na NDC fu aye say ye jetum yenso yen atua so yen aboni hiro e yasempa na yen ko yen anim kwame
Apani Edmin Chawano na Bakubi Yemede 35(9).
Yes.
The state, and an article kind of earlier this morning. Yeah. The state shall promote among the people of Ghana the culture of political tolerance.
Oh, yo, and also
interesting.
The preamble of the Constitution.
Yo, in Fitiasi Hope.
Yo, ni animono.
We the people, okay, Mami starting.
Yo.
Also the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Yo.
In the name of the Almighty God.
Yo.
We the people of Ghana, in exercise of our natural and inalienable right to establish a framework of government which shall secure for ourselves and posterity the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity, and prosperity, in a spirit of friendship and peace with all peoples of the world, and in solemn declaration and affirmation of our commitment to freedom,
yes,
justice,
yes,
probity, and accountability.
Probity and what?
Accountability.
Utie uraba umia kasa no kan. O se ni enga yeni.
Accountability.
Yo. Monso mo fama demra. Enye ni esi be dia tum say probity ye be adwuma. Will be accountable, will be answerable. You enga me wadwuma braso ni awo ye yen fabra ni enhwe. E na tem tietia. Me eye me de. Esan se wo mera ngoma pomnum constitution ewom. Afei sadi se wo hwa. Eni sunsan so no. Fa de bra na mfa me de mra. Ayan krofo se records ye compare na sini fa so. Hey, yina no ka sa kire wo. Hwe. Mama wadwuma wa ye bre atwam. Obi nso re ye. O se yanka mom. Obi yanfa ne de mra na yankenkan. Wo anya wo de na wonte nya ewo preamble yi mu. Na ninti he sa de man bebre ne say ye hwe value for money. Na esa ne say yetumi ye akwan infrastructure ne me bebre na ketase shep ne prowa be wurawuram na sa ne men omang na boka ne yetisi ye nya ne ho ne ama me pa cha hwe article 35(8).
Article 35(8). Pacho mere bempring
yo
35. Oh, can walk actually do brain. What's it 35? Okay. 34, 35(8).
Yo.
35(8) says the state shall take steps to eradicate corrupt practices and the abuse of power.
Yo. Then na yere sa uraba humia challenge you through.
Yo.
Value for money. Na baby a sing to be quiet no. I want you my inum and I want no be. I have some theater. And I some theater.
Yeah.
Na se near me be ankoye. Katase shebi probi ya kwan wasa nwe bi eguso. Ochina na tutu kosi dan ni baby a ndan foni na wo ho. Ene sa ne man ye de sa ne man ye de check. Nti ya asem papa. Efei wo hwe ya constitution nso ma ye hu kwan as individuals. Say it is in Jinamo, near us, a bang by you maybe. Yanko Article 41(f).
Yeko Article 41(f) and ne anope your political science class.
Papa B.
Inti Article 41(f).
Yo.
To protect and preserve public property.
Yes.
And expose and combat misuse.
Yes.
And waste of public funds and property.
Here you are. So what you say?
Yo. That's the duties of a citizen.
Yes. And nunti abanye ne den yenso yemfa mudini etese bakuni we hwe se aban be ye ni nwuma ni ye ne aketase hye pro no won danedi mental bonten if say aban sika no de ye eninti ne MPP fu ye me e ma hunwa ho a se egori na so endi se fu nso de wondere ba na ne nkebom mu no e ho na ni de wo sam kwanta ho no
yo
NDC ni MPP kwanta hon o se fa record bra o se me fa dem bra wo hia wo san kwanta hon na ani gaba obi ahu aton if you say ne enye no kware be daddy
yo
ne enye no kware be daddy na enunti sa na uraba o mian mo be ye no but when am say o meni eurade de orito nsupa bi ego meni so if you say sign say koni se ninti ameka sa di me ne wasade ye say ye nya wato enunti abanhuru abakọ no wo be ye niam no betoto paapa so sebe no wokọ ne yan aboyense mama won wo ye bibi kakra ma hey se won se nkomo no difio sa ka se ya MPP fu no kan se fa de bra ne hwen e me no na tese ye ka enya party fu na ka ye ntuma nkan ti woka if say ye na tese ye hwe se aban betumi aye ne tese so ye no bia ho aton na eno na di nkunim breyen eno na di nkunim breyen se wo hwe sa ne ma no na wo hwe se ne ekọ na ba na ye ntumi ammo sa yemfa ye nga nsi fom ye nga nye ne yete se yesa ese ye ya ebedu biribi ubehu se ubeyi sika nsi enkosi hwe na infrastructure obi be se ozi na so mfa so ndem ebue omangani oh usi why agric policy wonye Kokrokoo mfu be efi akode mu de kakra na wo be hwe kwan a yere ko hon kwan bi ani ho what will pay to you ngozi hwe who say oh my to mo frege monten so say won go school dan bi ani ho ayokwa o say o me person nkrofo suade enso wontumi ntua school fees ayokwa it is say abantu me hwe na ne ntia me mani je sa nkomo yi ho ne say ade ba ko ya wo ho ne say yetumi hwe na aban ye na sede eti so ye nyina sama chiro aban asede ba ko so obehwe na mra be adwuma obehwe no provide social and economic services aban behwe na human rights are promoted and respected aban behwe say ye ni amang nkitahudi no etiden ye no won for fet den
international relations
sa ni mani
say Nigeria gwadi free your head
a basic role of the state sa aban ni to me yes ha ni mana obi ahoton na yen me no yen ato na agegemu na yen agya aban huru nyina na wokọ nti wo ye bibi kakra man a hey na mum se ye koso se yere beye na ye nyini ye corruption ye be se no ye beye bibi ye se ye na esumbo se ne ye de bofofra to so ne ye sa ne mana bibi ara aban beka e wo basic role ho ontumi nko nanim na man a won akoso nyina no they have gone beyond the basic responsibility of the state na nti nei etese anka se abanhuru ayen nyanyina wo ye akwan wo ya nsupa akanea ne niema ye fe na wo de boya ayen anka sesi abambi aye benya no onwene sa niema hu obedwene se dabe ne mekomun na mekoyi nkonya bi dia babua society hwe meja kwa amem biribi mere hwe KSM ne show no na ode papa bi ba ha wo frɛ no olenu na sa papa yi mo nasa
baby all time cry your baby atik many din ko your friend need trebi olenu
you
mo nasa
what can we trim o se boto hu o so samanwura nya me kan adanse ni boto hu
o samanwura
nano technologist no
ona sa brante no mitie no o se no rekire na ye a mobile phone buy na o se no wo ye robot eco space na it is what the messages ma robot no it is our idea no get back to mobile phones. Let me say, hey, yeah, that's what you basic. Ghana. That bang, near because Ramon, you have a coffee be a woman. Say, yeah, your man for ye the Nancy form. Now, yes, Shaban, abang yes, abang what capacity. Obey my conem. I ye, I'm a broso. Nephew, what be before fra, obey your kind. Shall me and you to Jenny. Metradi, you are, Mary, Majuma.
Yeah.
No more friend in here. Oba bonting, I think a Juma obey. Say, Meko, now me who say, hey, Quadio, I will use good night then. Oh, me, Juma, Messon and some number who on a wabbing.
Yeah,
one man, Juma. You have gone beyond near a basic role. I want to me here, say, what about some mamma. Now, maybe basic role, may a dear. Unions and Bobia, a Wajuma. Yamma, ye who say, a bank or responsibility, Yanzu ye whoopee. Na yemfe nensi form na ne aban be ye no yemwa amanyo no enya aban kwa yenso ye hia adwumaden ye hia se ye hye ye ho so ye nya niema bi ye betwe aban akona achi eba na sa bibia no ye betena krasoa na enye no na ye hia kwa me manya to
madam I say everybody chop for your website and pay Amamole says ha Chairman General, even those of us who send text messages to your show will take collect points. Why? I see. I'd like some clarification though. Are schools, private schools, supposed to pay for the fumigation? This is because the North Municipal Assembly is asking private school to pay 100 cedis per classroom. Amamole? I don't think so. Henry in Amamole. Debbie. I know the state is footing the entire bill. Private school be abaka se muntie bia na che se Tell Atik you visit Gambaga on his wedding day, Farouk in Temam. Kwame, I've taken some time to peruse the delivery tracker website, and I must say Dr. Bami and his team really did a fantastic job. NPP always sets the pace. Kwejo Ahodo, Scarborough, UK. Oh, anytime I see this, I remember the day you educated me. Not Scarborough, but Scarborough, UK. I'm most spelling Scarborough in the street, eh? They are some crazy. But anyway, as I said,
that's for UK for the
yes, and bro from some best spelling I believe penny. We'll see about Let's see, there are quite a number of them here. Obviously, the fact is, these two political parties, the NPP and the NDC, try their best when it comes to achievements. My worry is, why do they sometimes abandon their predecessors and completed projects? It is time we held some people accountable in Ghana. David Bekwin, Tete Bekwes, and Senya Breku, SBCT. Hey, your friend Nyampa Bekwinson. Peace 104.3. Samia Ukia, national organizer, MPP. Atik Mohammed, AFA, PNC, social commentator, Dr. Kwame Asante, senior political science lecturer, University of Ghana, Legon. This one will blow your mind. Your friend I'll say Yao Sampabadu, Chairman General. I took a picture with you in Takoradi 18 years ago. Anytime I show people that picture, I'm given a special treat.
Just your friendship with him goes way back.
18 years ago.
Not just until
2002.
Have a long-standing relationship.
Yo, Manfo Sam in Takoradi. Manfo Sam says, "Onipa ye bad ampa." Do you remember Commander Sugar Factory and how Ghanaians were deceived by the NDC after the death of Professor Mills? Don't forget STX deal too. We are waiting for their response. STX was quite an interesting one here. These projects are there to see. The media can do a verification of them. However, the beneficiaries are the citizens in the various communities who can attest to them. The NDC are refusing to see these projects, and it is no news because they believe they can win Sekendi Takoradi seat, which is laughable. Yesterday, the president cut the sword for the redevelopment of the 1948 Takoradi Market Circle. We are grateful. We have seen these projects, Fili 4 more for Nana, Jade, 9 Akoto Road in Takoradi. And then, do you remember the vivid words of Dr. Tony Edu concerning continuity of previous government's projects? He said the NDC will not continue any project of President Kufuor. Example is the Ofanko to Apeja Road. It is not the first time in the history of our nation that a government in power can boldly ask its people to go to a website to find projects that they have executed. 4 more to do more. Dada Ernest, Opera Square or Opera Accra. Hey, friend. The NDC is a time bomb waiting to explode. Only the circle interchange cost the taxpayer $260 million under the NDC. While the quadruple interchange of Tema, Obechebi, Tamale and Pokwasi cost the taxpayer $289 under MPP. What are they saying? The money is not government money. Did Nkrumah use his pocket money to build a Konsombo Dam? And all the things he's praised to have done. Dr. Baumia speaks, and there's an earthquake in the NDC. 4 more for Nana to do more. Sasa in Takoradi. Kwame, the money that is being taken from the private schools for the fumigation will be used as TNT for the boys. Kweku, I was going to ask the same question. Which boys? Which boys? Yeah? Boys, just say something
for the boys. But I mean, must it be mandatory? Something for the boys is voluntary. I know, and it's not predetermined.
Something for the boys. Anything for the boys. Anything. Now, PK from Elembele. PK from Elembele says, with a critical look at NDC and MPP, it is clear to conclude that whilst NDC were largely commissioning projects for use during and before election 2016, the same cannot be said about MPP, which is now cutting sword for new projects to start, whilst contractors are not happy because no one knows the outcome of 2020 elections. Again, whilst in opposition, MPP criticized severely the cost of infrastructure projects by the NDC, but no action has been taken now. With just 4 months to election 2020, NPP again is comparing cost of interchanges. Oh my, PK, Elembele. I think your starting point.
Okay. Chairman, I'm say there are some other issues. Table, no, so but on this issue of infrastructure, I think Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has helped somewhat in shaping the focus of young conversations. You know, this should open up a lot more opportunities for further conversations. Until we infrastructure na Odia Betuja, and he focused largely on just buildings and roads. Mika no krama min fa ofidi tsunami sa enkai ofa makwata kwan bi da hɔ a hardwene from Superman opa kwan chairman maka ho asɛm wɔ mfidie su sabre
amakwata
anti afia akoye year of roads misre sa kwan no mehu sɛ road construction cost in other places that
ora makwata first no me offer
me so de na
first no
no me de
say we dem
oye ne ex offer
I have my ex offer
but me the German oye me offer in who is been inactive.
Ain't you ex offer?
Okay, yes.
Say who offer inactive or ex offer?
Oh, ex offer.
Because offer they also offer
you need to redeem your status as an active offer.
Offer they also offer
offer UTA, you need to redeem your status as an active and effective offer.
My former offer. But great.
That is a major road.
But can be most
Superman Opa Road.
Superman Opa Road.
In fact, Nana Kessu so they be
Nana Kwano.
No.
We're soon sabre.
Ma kan wa sem sa Mr. I mean we need to be favored. In the spirit of this year of Rusi, nasa kwano so yenyama. Me kan sa no.
O kan sa na me be mka krebi. Uncle Ben from Ofankon Ganoth. He says, Kwame, I manage a school at Ganoth. I did not pay for disinfection. Okay. I can confirm it is free for all schools. Uncle Ben, thank you for your honesty.
Okay.
Inti mo
for the boys, no for the boys.
Inti mo yes for the boys, no. Can you please get Cynthia Morris in the MP to explain how the GHS3 students are going to be fed? As pointed out by the president, because not all schools enjoy the school feeding program. Kwesi Reynolds in Agona Dobin. Then he asked, Chairman, do you know how we feel the whole day when our messages are not read? It's not easy being heard on Kokrokoo. Kwesi Reynolds, Agona Dobin. So you take me, chop your life, everybody chop for your work side. And let's see. All right. Okay. Let me bring a tick in. Chairman General, good morning. I'm taking this opportunity to thank our lecturer for educating us this morning. God bless him. I pray one day I meet you from Theophilus. Well, once a teacher was a teacher. I won't say me and political science class. Nah. But at the end of it all, we all got educated, and that is the most important thing. And no one here. You better not see me. I think I'm saying a point about
yeah. And let me say.
Okay. I've heard a lot of these things, but this one blows my mind. Also, my birthday is June 20th. Anthony Mensah El Cape Coast says, Chairman General, my birthday falls on 18th of June, 2 days before yours. Trust me, I always use yours to popularize mine. See, who beside say, birthday, that was so, Kwame Safa kind of share birthday. Safo Kantanka says, Kwame, in Asante custom, you benefit from your uncle only when he dies. Oh. So please wait. David. No. Or Safo Kantanka Jirigano.
We don't do that.
As for the Atik says for and at this point I shall comfortably denounce my Akan lineage, and I'll tell you that I'm an ever
fully fledged.
I'm a fully fledged ever, and forever. What is alive?
Challenges are some no. Oh, of our Otumi so inside the school.
Thank you.
Otumi and Yama baby.
Yo, inti anianing wafa inti into me adwuma wafa inti me ni adwuma. Okay, tell Sammy Oku I miss him, and we see the good work he is doing. Adenta Kumi, Sammy Oku, over to you.
So we have no manifesto once.
Oh, see, good morning, Chairman General. Papa no okasa is siano or you too much. Try and maintain him on your show, Edward Ejiri, aka Captain, inside Takrade. What the Papa no abaha? Okay. Papa ni a friend Atiko no. Pacho Brim Nakasa.
That's Papa no I friend Chairman General Makasa. Let me say Doc me patch His Excellency the Vice President. At least a big idea going forward. And media me feel said this is just the beginning. We should have a lot more of such sessions. And a be kra anka there should be sector specific presentations. Media idea ehia me kese economy no. I'd like to know near aban we are here in the last fiscal year because a year na challenged because of pandemic eba no. Me pese me hu and they did a lot of innovative things. Nyoma the essence was to ensure say we do not slide into a recession. And this annual young could do up and pension because Uganda because of pandemic is in a recession. And the innovative things on my so they should do a presentation on their performance on the economy, for the last 4 years and 2020 na Ghana for because these are things that are very important. Health, education, it focuses the conversation. Na yensu yebetimi edi echire hu say when it comes to the economy and when you take variables we no more within this period we challenges are by any and so on and so forth. That way before you do elections until almost catch in your maya I'm sure they would always take the opportunity to also tell us in for the next 4 years. And yes, Anna, you are getting to know what has been done and what will be done. And it makes making the determination of who is better fit to lead us a lot more easier. And media me born abaso and this is his style. He likes to always present data. He likes to always speak intellectually, and which is one thing that stands him out. I made a point some time ago. Say, as a Dr. Baumia is setting a certain standard. Say, so who person vice president? Now, new economics background because German, the economy is everything. And Nuna determine everything I able to miss you or my emo. How much health infrastructure you would have, how much your health is going to fare, how well your economy is. You can't do social spending. And the idea the economy. If I seek ye the economic kingdom and everything else shall be added. And Dr. Mahomia has actually indicated, say, if you manage the economy soundly, and going forward, that should be the focus. Yen discuss sectors. Come and do a presentation on health. Abayimba for the last 4 years. And baby going forward. Let's listen to other competing candidates. They can start off with and you cannot start in a vacuum. Until they would be making references to MPP for for example, implementing free SHS, policy. This is the way Ghana 4 would have an opportunity to make informed choices. Me born abasu and me born the team nabasu. The style of governance na or the abano and now all you soon that we should always speak to facts. You can disagree with the facts, but at least the idea is we should try as much as possible to focus our conversations on facts on nyoma ebeboa Ghana man. Na yenyi sabi we tietia we tuntum we free gambaga we free anloga. No, these are not the things that would help the electorate make informed choices. Now, Ropa, me who say Ropa and Electoral Commission, I can't create say the ability me are implementing because the CIR that will entitle them to do the implementation ukra and until Ropa ne dia enya dia ability. But even if it were possible, even if they had concluded with the CIR, Chairman, Corona when never kwa until Evangel America. Officials when never call. And I'm not even sure the government of Ghana would find it prudent to allow, say, Yebeman Krofo, Ako yes had no amanoni. Because nya baby, only baby of a fat na yareno wako febi. Now first you would be forced to return to Ghana because you go money we are say Ghana na beba. Uba Sebi, udi yare na beba. Nti there are practical impossibilities bia and practical you can say barriers bia ewo ho entimi ma sa Europa no enye djuma election year we mu. But ye ko enim no me sure say electoral commission for behwe na omo are implementing, but I even foresee a bigger challenge going forward because chairman Cosmo Monkai say Ghana for baby to say Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Ghana for bi wo.
Yeah.
Enti say be implement sa idea ye be ndeng. How is it going to be done? I'm sure the CI has some ideas, but implementing sa act yanka say chairman but well yakofaba we have brought it, and I'm sure the Electoral Commission will find a way going forward regarding the way I be implement sa chairman maybe
Atik Midasi, youth.
Chairman General.
This one says, thank Atik for me for the advocacy on the Sape-Man Opa Road. The contractor on the Sakina Manhian Road is on site. And with these, among others, we are definitely taking the seat from the NDC. My regards to Capo as well, Mike Kokrokoo Fourier Sante, NPP Amasaman Constituency Chairman. Oh, okay.
No
wonder.
I mean, I can't.
And then this one says, thank God that we have a great and amazing president. Is the most effective. He goes on and on and on and on and on. George Kwarteng in Adenta. You cut sword without any official seed capital and you make a U-turn. That you should be praised and given credit for that achievement. Where do you chop this matter, NDC? Pythagoras. Thank you. Okay. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Chairman General, my comment second so but my mean to be if you one of your texters now Kase on say one of the best things MPP implement here the free SHS. And also just like Atik said no Ojidi said Nyamani bi see a review on this implementation. But if there are any criticisms to the free SHS, Ayi say good. And if you want to review it, and as an aspect where you say you're managing a base, you will have to take Nipa no the buy and understand the concept. You will be the spirit behind the policy. It is a Nipa Nantiasia, and you won't be mamma twaso, won't be mamma implement it. It's just like say, Sidana Wire Foundation. We will be also Brambi Sidana twaso. You're going to have problems. On Saturday, the ruling New Patriotic Party, it's signed coronavirus and Sensembibre. Yadia we nim aboya refo, nim penny ni makola. Na party neson shishem kibenya. Enka adofo edom party supporters any in constituency ne polling station for na kombe wo hobi together with the Ghanaian people almost JNPP and Niema Edino komba betai chi and obi so person tie nasum and ohwese nanka event beko but kwame say na ya da bia Ghana mampani kan we are not in normal times it's answer na you wo mu no enye emra ede Elisan yadie we ntino party nation mono ya said the launch of the manifesto no ebebaso day ewo University of Cape Coast omo new examination center omo fe no neck na esan say yentimi ma edom bebrema e say hon hihya ye se na be ya we observe the protocols na ya san bo nipa so ho ban nipa kakra bi pe and a bit me a baby to say your national council members because a sitting of the national council year trim near the manifesto launch to your national council members by parliamentary by members of parliament your befa reps kakrefim oba constituency reps your befa bakubia from each region to represent the rest of the constituency executives. A face so no na ye council of elders say ye beye enum your external branches are eja omo honum ebe num bi keke na film na afia the cabinet ministers aka ho na even pokra no embassies ne diplomatic missions nya dodo no na bit my Africa kra bi ne bit my mama bejan chema meka ne si aba be si asem so ye pese dodo no ahwe wo TV so ye pese dodo na tie wo radio so na face so no your social media pages party now will put out an official layer we detail how you can join us by these networks and sanya man baby bia wo bia no support us in spirit na boa bompaye man na dwumadie ni ntimi nko wano na saa dwumadie ye hwe nim se Ghana mampani Nanado Dankwa Kufuor no aso ne two franka so the New Patriotic Party ye hwe nim se na bedieche Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ye hwe nim se Ghana mampani Dada John Ajekum Kufuor so babeta echi afeso so no ye hwe nim so se party chairman the party penny4 so at the national level national council members and the regional chairman so babeta echi apart from the invited guests I invited kakra no kwame mamefo afidie so nsrado for mete emu WhatsApp request e bi come chairman ho e bi come secretary ho oba wa hwa ne ntimi amwa I say when you to kwan dia ba do Cape Coast no ntimi enrema mehebi to do show TV so na boayen na at least be a wo bia no o hwe no we take a picture no we post it so to send the bars then way no na bia won say also the short particles not now TV echi now so support here na your GD kase say by the end of the day no by Saturday ekwa be 2 p.m. there the manifesto ebe detailing the NPP pesi ye nyankopon ya adom na Ghana fo hu ye mobo nsa dansa yem no mo toa na Nado Dankwa Kufuor ado so no mo san toa NPP amane oko ne so na ebetimi aye de aboa o man in our next term eno na yakeka bomu a yetintim krata so mi gina we mi san so gina akasama madam chairperson na ono no chair the planning committee for the manifesto launch madam Oboshisai coffee na ono so ehwe anim se nkofo bedi eniema ede eto akwan so mesre obiembo yenim se obi aye big man or a party ba mesre se enye ho na be cheso a big man ti waba se unyo bi a ye party ato ne nsa frewa ma ho yenim se mu na munya ya nka mo beba ye ma hye bedwamfo na munya ya nka mo beba but some situation e wo mu nti so obedu no aka se wa free secretary on fa wa free organizer man fa wa free youth one fa na eno ho no bebu ye ni chie sa atre ye koto aba sebo entina me se ye do nti no o ye utie e wo kwame program so betibi utie o hwe so TV so a obenya bi ahwe
na ni nkofa oboye na chese bru nipa 100
o se no be ha mampani ne last address to the nation where year no but imom no say could beyond 2 hours a session it's na sorry cry no after 2 hours as we breaking out the second session as so into when you share nim say numbers na yes so you share nim no you be make sure say numbers so enko beyond a certain number yes so part in area a demo ho no enka normal in the bit me alphabet 1005 but as a party no you empese be kwa bro be 250 270 so na be a bit me spacing out well into ama bibia da na we observe all the protocols 100%.
MPP Nibe say, we shouldn't come. Okay. On 7th December, we'll wear our party colors and watch TV as well.
I mean, sir, we're there. Manifesto, one can cancel the better. Say vote, they different from the working kind. But no could do no more. The symbol no na two team. And another soon na you the yen so can you see this one. But you can say every detail a woman biano. Ghana for na better, and we'll make sure say sector by sector the coming weeks and so on you be realizing the content of the manifesto. This manifesto Ghana for beja to NPP there sebio bemen since man san waham ye shebo so ayi diso na Ghana force be wons be e dey o man abeduni ene be bia o moto abaman ye pese ye sa de kodunu nti we remember boys ni bomfu momo tie no so bomfu senka dodo na pese o moba
nti after the launch
yes
what next
after the launch there will be more of a road show we'll take our time to also properly discuss the content. On the document, so the academics and so on will take their time to peruse the document. If possible, they will also critique it. Where the MPP disagrees with them, we will also be candid and disagree with them. Baby, I know money I bet you now. Baby, yes, we did this. We need to me a bow man. I dare back what I fair on another danko Kufuado home. They say he's a bold leader. Kwame, share leadership for me. Obia Council Africa, your biggest problem is leadership. So when you have a leader who is courageous to take bold decisions, I will use that decision. Will be a no, just a D but in the final analysis, a this is a leader. I makes me in such a German. You never be one and MPP implement here. People thought say and possible. So creation of new regions is a quite enough for. You can't say the free SHS, but in an unankole in a say na chesadi free bia nyani ade otime ginemu ye de aba problem say fimu yes ovo was kofa galam say but even at the cost of his own presidency also the akukudro betechre inti meme de when the Ghana for the one move for no dream no we did this amampani Akufo-Addo abojuma na ye boano na say Ghana for to abama no obetimi the answer twa the next 4 years amemra obefi so no then we have many projects and then many achievements and success stories obetimi appoint say opani mu bi baya near friend Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo we no so edija nchima Inti Kwame ebi ana me hu wo Cape Coast
but yes ebi anu hu mi ankasa ho
ba me hu nkrofo
no say reporters
me ko share ground so a me nam hwa na me hu Dankwaku ye boa
also she ho
and am so about also we there me wa head there me am cover my piece na am so we no so bo na ne father mon kasa ne information asa Inti Kwame ma me mbo the planning committee na so about so far they've done a fantastic job chaired by Madam Oboshi now the member Central Regional Local Organizing Committee, headed by the regional chairman himself, Chairman Kuti, and then the executives. Fantastic job so far. We hope say Yankupon beto insurance we so now by weekend then we can start the discussion. We are focused on an issue-based campaign in this year's election.
Obviously, I was not keen on voting this year unless the Pokwasi Amasaman roads were done, and then bam, it has started. So now I've gone to register. Angela sends that one.
Yes, I did not say Kwame. As you go around the country, the mistake and Kofoya, or Ghana as just a cry. But I think can see the small project will be discounted. These are things people relate to. In 2014, cholera outbreak, in excess of 260 people. Cholera, then featuring idea empty, and then because of this government project of toilets for all, I almost start to crash any idea. Kwame, ye rare rainy season more yes and p. What the cholera say do a baby. Debbie, into the little things are buying with air year. No, I could to dam so we no promise a Kosombo dam as you are promising a Kosombo dam. And so we have Peace FM, baby, and I'm a war fest, mile 7. Kwame, in 2016, and I'm high.
Yeah.
Now sometimes when you have a homework, it's answer na doom so. Homework in collide the two Peace FM forecourt na car park near homework. I don't have home binya light. It do be na media houses about 11 p.m. 12 midnight. No more pong. Because more store more you can create home for the following day. All these things, a baby I got to you and Kwame. Let me wrap up 1 minute, Michelle. A baby I got to in this annual money by you. About 2 way in Sunsanso. And about to soon. About to soon so be necessary. So to abapa. It me boama or condition a womb in punto to me bem. So to ababonia it can worsen it. A baby I caught year 2016 and then ama yamo koba. It means to school or name penny former school under this free SHS. And then Jifa, Madame will be a no teacher training college or St. Francis. And then send me panel. Where team is also a restoration of the teacher training allowance. A baby or kotuya na kofaba. A baby will be kotuya and abuano or a confia crebiase. As when you juma under 1D1F. A baby will be kotuya or tibongo and then boga bokuru. Yet me fixing. So 1 2 abapa a winsun sanswa. And about to soon be the son say, Chairman General. With me a wide and so quack or 2 Kwame Sefakai. afi be kwa kodu ono waje ye kankan because obi abegina Kwame nchen so one Kwame say na afi wo color TV crown no dey akwaje black and white now the be fi crown na wo so na ye ankenye problem when we are for the next 4 years so they call repair and sanya JSO Mr. Ghana for yes when you ask answer your man another danko for another 4 years and I'm confident that he will help us with 4 more to do more for the Ghanaian people. Salaam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. But Papa Samuel Otakra, your Simin Kancho said Corona is still in the system. I see pictures and videos from the tour of the president and former president respectively, and they are very worrying. Crowds, no social or physical distancing. As for face mask, dear Kwame, forget. It's very worrying. Papa Samuel Takrade.
That's true.
All of us must keep educating our people. And yeah, easy, dear Kwame. If you are in a political season, oh,
so in the meantime, Godwin Walapa says so. No kofio youth go give us. He said make we stay house and watch TV. I go buy. If he says so, no problem. But still, we go tax some. Godwin from La Paz. So they go all the way to Cape Coast because of no kofio. I see why you say make you stay house. I think this government
slow, and I don't know how slow.
This government is doing many things intuitively because of elections. JM did same in 2012 and landed us in doom. So God have mercy. Randolph, Kronoma Francho in Kumasi. Is it true that the circle interchange cost $260 million, whilst for interchanges ongoing $289? Captain inside Takrade, that is what the vice president told us. Walanyo says, Chairman General, you say you won't read messages. You and here, Walanyo, is that all you wrote? Let's see. The prof in your studio is very right indeed. The president is a great leader, I must say. I'll not be surprised if Ghanaians will give him another mandate. Tony. Well, Doc.
Kwame, dog baby, now for a few days, so second lady, happy birthday.
Wife of the vice president, Samira Bawumia.
Also long life and good health. Now we look forward to say campaign was also no so I'm saying Nikunama punches on also am be. After birthday no be woman and up. Na also have a boy na ya church and same. Ti haja happy birthday. But after we no there's all starting lazy boot.
Also be kejegum.
Send ye yenda no.
Dr. Pachobrem.
Yo, Kwame, Massam Yetia.
Pacho you.
Usha Rupa. You, Macasa Rupa, Basono. Name a journalist. Inti na your church will be power.
Yeah.
Enti Nanka Meshe Nimuse. Debbie Baba. Ye be to me de sa mrei ayejuma. I didn't know Macasa. Economists who are taking more happy culture was remittances. Awunya. Fi amanone Ghana foma wo amanhoroso na wadi sika mana abusuafo na ontimento aba wo hwa yawo sika de muje na wareto aba kire yen tumi ene yen adwene wasem bi ho a ende ontimento nti sa mere woje tum na meje de se biribi basua ye de be adwuma na achia emuye meje say abato commission e bia won ahwe won apomu won ahu say amodin ni wo sese berepam no wo bedi hu dwuma ama yen ahu esane say eye yen fa hu di ne ba konen say obi atumi to aba na enye se me wo Ghana anko na meto aba
yo
meti ba bia meto esane se me bo man me yo man ba pa na me yama sede nti ewrade nyamadom na dabi meda benyang no na sa mrei yade adwuma yade to aba na ni jaba ne etuso abien wo se campaign na fiase mempai bone se enye boko ente se eye otuoto aba meko wodi gu nkrofo ani na ohuru nkrofo na woka kasa enye de kasa yere papa nipam esi ejai na campaign no eye issues in somewhere how yen nsɛm ɛhaw yɛn wɔmfa mmra abɔnten na wɔnkyerɛ wɔn adwene wɔ ho a wobɛtumi de aboa yɛn megye di sɛ wɔyɛ a ɛbɛboa yɛn na partyfo no menim sɛ wɔhwehwɛ nkurɔfoɔ yɛbɛto aba ama wɔn wɔnhwɛ nneɛma bi te sɛ economy wɔnhwɛ nneɛma bi te sɛ infrastructure a yɛka ho asɛm yi mɛtu partyfo nyinaa fo sɛ wɔnka hu sɛ ɛnyɛ mmɛkonkoa anasɛ bɛwɔde yɛ nkwan yo ɛtɔ da bi a nkyene ka ho abɛ ntɔrɔwa ɛne prɛkɛsɛ ne na keka ho nti yɛwɔ nneɛma bebree a ɔmanfo gyina so a wɔto aba ma party bi wɔnhwɛ saa nneɛma no economy ɔman sika nkontaa ne ne nhyehyɛe yɛhwɛ onipa a wobɛtumi abɛkyerɛ yɛn ne wobɛtumi ayɛ ama yɛn ho atɔ yɛn wɔhwɛ infrastructure akwanpa nsupa akanea sukuu ne nneɛma wɔhwɛ sukuu ɛsɛ ofi biara mu sukuu wɔ hɔ wɔhwɛ sukuu sam ɛno nti saa nneɛma nyinaa wɔnhwɛ na dapɛ bi wɔmɛka biribi m kyerɛ yɛn wɔ campaign mu na mesrɛ bio sɛ ɛnyɛ bɔkɔɔ ɛnyɛ otuo ɛnyɛ abaa ka wɔasɛm ka me koma a mede metumi bɛma ho ɛnka me koma a mɛto wɔ akyene ɛasɛm fɛfɛɛfɛ na ɔmanfo nso mmue wɔn ani na wɔnhwɛ nea ɛkɔ papaapa ɛfiri sɛ obi na ɔkan ɔsɛ eternal vigilance is the price of liberty manu ato
eternal vigilance is the price of liberty.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Ti debiano mweni na ho.
Yo.
Sana pa training.
Amianem.
Mweni na ho. Atik mweni na ho.
Mweni na ho.
As we see on the streets, look sharp.
Yeah, look sharp.
Dr. Kwame Asasante, a senior political science lecturer at University of Ghana, Legon. Doc, that's an opebio. And then the political science lecture na every day. Me who send come to class one come bing.
Oh,
Masun. That's a good one. I think that's an opay. And Samuel Kusu, and then I see an opay. Time check is 6 minutes to 11 in the morning. You what's our chance?
Oh, Kwame say undischarge me. I feel so damn but unka say discharge.
And you pacho acquitted and discharged.
Go inside is young woman now to go back on today.
You want to see your real side?
Indeed, I say what discharge me the animal who say family books.
Who real size?
The idea crab for it.
Uncle Numa. 5 minutes to 11 in the morning. And once again, happy birthday to you, Tina Ofosu, CEO of Mega Ideas from Payo. We gotta go, man. Thank you very much for joining us by ear, voice, and text. 4 mornings down, 1 more to go. So God willing, we'll be here tomorrow. The next news broadcast is at 12. And as you know, next on your radio is Kofi Kombilson. May your day be blessed. Remember to keep your dreams and hopes alive because it's all you have. It's a tough world out there, you know. And so when you stop to say a prayer, remember to say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.